Hello everyone. In this video we will study about the topic reproduction. Firstly, we will understand what is reproduction. Reproduction is one of the various life processes which we have already studied. Like all other life processes, it also has a very significant role to play in one's life. Reproduction helps in maintaining the continuity of a particular species on earth. Now, what is the meaning of this statement that it helps in maintaining continuity of a particular species on earth? By this, I mean that it helps in maintaining the population of a particular species or a group of species in a particular kind of environment or niche. We can understand it by saying that if a particular organism or a particular group of organism or species ceases to reproduce, its population will get wiped out within a little course of time. Now we will move to the next topic, that what is the significance of reproduction. Although it is not considered important as other life processes, that is, its importance is not considered very much, but it has very much significant roles to play in one's life. Like the first significance, which I have already told, that it helps in maintaining continuity of a particular species. Besides maintaining continuity of a particular species, it also helps in the transfer of genetic information from one generation to another generation, or helps in inducing variation. What is variation we will study further, but before this we will understand the significance of reproduction. Variation becomes the basis of evolution. Now, what is the importance of variation and evolution? It is important to know. Variation and evolution helps a particular kind of species to adapt its environment. We know that the environment in which we are living is changing day every time. That is, it changes with the course of time. And as it changes, we have to change our survival methods to adapt it properly. Reproduction and this variation helps in this kind of adaptation. So we become able to adapt a particular kind of environment. There are two types of reproduction. One is asexual mode of reproduction, while the another is sexual mode of reproduction. Firstly, we will understand what is the sexual mode of reproduction. Sexual mode of reproduction is that mode of reproduction which is carried out by generally higher organisms, means mammals, and some higher vertebrates follow this mode of reproduction, and a few invertebrates also come under this group. But asexual mode of reproduction is that mode of reproduction which is generally followed by unicellular organisms, that means the lower organisms like fungi, bacteria, they multiply by this method. Now we will move to the page of difference between sexual and asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is that kind of reproduction in which only one parent is involved. That is in this kind of reproduction, there is no need of two parents. A single parent can lead to the formation of a new offspring or a zygote. This means a single parent is responsible for the formation of the new organisms. I have already told you that the organisms which follow asexual mode of reproduction are generally unicellular organisms, so they just divide to form two daughter cells. In this mode, by this method, they do reproduction. Uh, as there is only one parent who is involved in reproduction, there is no formation of gametes, and if there is no formation of gametes, there will be no fusion of gametes. So no fusion means no fertilization. Hence the zygote formed in this case is the clone of the parent, that is, it is genetically as well as morphologically identical to the parent. This means it is cloned to the parent. It will look similar to the parent. It won't have anything different from the parent, even or at the genetic level. So this kind of reproduction is carried out by the division known as mitosis. We will study about mitosis and meiosis in further classes, but it is important to tell you that this kind of reproduction generally carried out by mitosis, where a single cell divides to form two new cells of the same kind. Now moving to the sexual mode of reproduction. We all know that sexual mode of reproduction requires two parents. both the parents are involved in sexual reproduction by the gametes they produce. That is, here the formation of gametes take place in both male and female, and the gametes fuse together to do fertilization. By this fertilization, a particular kind of zygote is formed, and this zygote is similar to the parent but not identical to the parent. This means if a human is doing reproduction, the offspring or the zygote will be a human but will not be genetically uh, similar to its parent. The zygote thus formed in this case is not the clone to the parent. And also, the kind of division occurred in asexual kind of reproduction is meiosis. It occurs in reproductive cells of organisms, and causes the reduction of chromosome numbers, which chromosome of numbers that causes the reduction of chromosomes to half level to the parent cells. And when these two cells having half the number of chromosomes fused together, they again form the same number of chromosome in the cell of zygote. So zygote again attains the number of chromosomes equal to their parent. So this was all about sexual and asexual mode of reproduction, kind of reproduction, significance of reproduction. I have covered the basic topics of reproduction here. We will discuss about it in the next videos.